Could this finally be the turning point the faithful have been dying for? After weeks of suspicion, heartbreak, and not so subtle side eye, the Traitors Ireland just delivered its most explosive episode yet, and yes, a traitor finally bites the dust. We've got dramatic showdowns at the round table, messy group infighting, some real head, spinning alliances, and a plot twist ending that tees up even bigger chaos for next time. If you're ready for a roller coaster of Irish drama and game theory, stay tuned because this episode 5 recap and breakdown has it all. Let's set the stage. There's just been another murder at Slane Castle, and tension between the traitors and the faithful runs dangerously high. The faithfuls are becoming almost comically bad at sniffing out the real threats. They've managed to vote out their own once again, and even they're starting to laugh, or maybe cry, about how off their instincts have been. People are feeling the emotional exhaustion. Linda makes an emotional plea for the group to think like a traitor, but it falls flat, and her exit only underlines how out of sync the faithful group is. Within the traitor ranks, the pressure's also building fast. Eamon and Poddy's relationship is fraying. Poddy is frustrated that his supposed allies have let suspicion fall on him, not once, but 2 days in a row. The bonds of Team Traitor are cracking in the shadows, with even Poddy quietly insisting he's not going to play the Traitor team game anymore. It's individual survival, not team loyalty, and this crack will explode by the end of the episode. The morning begins with the usual breakfast suspense, the contestants anxiously waiting to see who survived the night. As players trickle into the castle's breakfast room in small clusters, nerves are on edge. New targets are set. Caitlin suddenly becomes a focal point for a few of the faithful women, who believe the way she targeted Poddy wasn't as much deduction as it was deflection. Conversations spiral into more micro-alliances and chaos. We see people like Kelly and Amy scrutinizing every name raised, trying to avoid becoming the next victim of groupthink. The list of suspects now includes not just Poddy and Caitlin, but even previously safe names like Nick and Vanessa. John, who'd had a ringside seat the previous night, soon finds himself in the crosshairs of speculation, as does Vanessa, if only as a potential curveball. But then the morning bombshell drops. John is the latest murder victim. The players are shocked. John's removal hits hard, since he's been a calm, rational influence, a much-needed stabilizer in all the drama. Some immediately theorize that his exit proves something about who the traitors are, and, interestingly, that it could indicate there's a duo of 2 male traitors and 1 female. However, in true Traitors fashion, even this clue could easily be a red herring. Gameplay waits for no one, so finally, it's time for the group mission. A challenging raft task down the river with color-coded math and memory puzzles. Teams slog through the test with chaos, miscommunication, and splashes along the way. The twist. The traitors secretly know the code to the puzzle ahead of time, but helping too much would expose them. There's a real tightrope walk for the undercover villains. Should they secure more money for the group and risk being outed, or play it safer and let the group flounder a bit, but appear less helpful? Eventually, after a lot of muddled arithmetic and shouting about dividing by 0, no, really, the team barely cracks the correct code. Their efforts bank $2,600, bringing the total prize fund to $2,400. Not bad, but the real point of the challenge is keeping morale up and instincts sharp. Back at the castle afterward, the true social strategy game goes into overdrive. What starts as a debrief about the mission quickly devolves into arguments about who has been saying what and to whom. There's a cascade of suspicion. Eamon is confronted by Nick and Andrew, getting mired in accusations about whose name was brought up and when. The exchange gets heated. Eamon, caught in a tangle of his own half-truths, gets steadily more defensive, and the rest pick apart every inconsistency, in classic roundtable style. Underneath this, Poddy's frustration continues to boil. He's trying to communicate that he's been unfairly spotlighted and insists he's got no secret agenda. But for every attempt at bridge building, there's another revelation or contradiction that just sows more chaos. The evening roundtable is, as promised, an all-out traitor death match. Multiple people are in the hot seat. Caitlin, Poddy, Wilkin, and most of all, Eamon. Players lay out their cases. Caitlin is accused of suspicious shield maneuvering and supposedly inconsistent votes. Poddy is hammered for his animated performances and shifting alliances. Wilkin is flagged for throwing out names without basis. There's interruptions, talking over, and a feeling that any wrong look could be the next nail in the coffin. But Eamon's tangled web starts to unravel. His contradictory stories and defensive behavior make him the biggest target. When various players get the chance to question each other face to face, Eamon is caught out again and again on things he allegedly said that don't line up with what the others remember. Ben admits he was nearly convinced, but seeing Eamon flat out lie to Nick flips his vote at the last minute. Finally, the vote is cast and Eamon takes the majority. It's a tense walk up to the front. Everyone is half expecting another faithful to be lost, but in a jaw-dropping reveal, Eamon confesses in his exit speech that yes, he was a traitor all along. The room erupts. Cheers, laughter, shock, and real catharsis after nights of frustration. For the first time, the faithfuls have actually caught a traitor. Even as they celebrate, several point out that the real traitor mastermind may still be hidden in plain sight. Eamon may not have been the ringleader, and players quickly start discussing who he was close to, determined not to lose momentum. The episode isn't done throwing curveballs, either. As the dust settles, the remaining traitors, Caitlin and Poddy, meet in the conclave. Their options: strike back in revenge with another murder or seduce a new player into their ranks to regain strength. With their numbers now down, they decide to recruit and focus in on Nick, whose influence in the group makes him dangerous, but also valuable. The vote is unanimous. Nick will receive the secret invitation to join the Traitors. This final twist is a classic Traitors play, shifting the balance from the inside and promising even more double-crossing in the episodes ahead. Episode 5 marks a complete game changer for the Traitors Ireland. The Faithfuls finally get their win, taking out Eamon and proving, at least for one night, that they can trust their gut. But instead of resting easy, they face an even more slippery challenge: the possibility of a faithful turned traitor hiding among them next. With relationships in ruins, alliances shuffling, and the traitors plotting a secret recruitment, next week's episode looks set to be even wilder. What did you think? Was Eamon's downfall inevitable? Or could he have turned things around? Will Nick accept the traitor's offer? Or play innocent and use it against them? I want to hear your theories and wild guesses down in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more recaps and deep dives, and share with your fellow Traitor fans. This game just leveled up. Catch you at the round table next time.